Betrayal. A small word with a monumental impact. It's an invisible blade that cuts deeply, leaving behind scars. These scars may not be seen, but they are felt, in every thought, in every heartbeat. Betrayal isn't just about the act itself. It's the breaking of trust, the shattering of something once believed to be indestructible. The moment betrayal comes to light, it feels as though the ground beneath you vanishes. The person you thought you knew, the one you cherished, reveals themselves not only as someone who caused you pain, but also as someone who broke something within you. This pain doesn't fade. It doesn't allow itself to be ignored. It demands acknowledgement. And yet, betrayal, heavy as it is, brings with it something unexpected. Clarity. A cruel but unyielding lens that forces you to see things as they truly are. It compels you to confront truths you may have avoided. It highlights the value of your trust and how that trust was squandered. Ultimately, betrayal transforms you. Not because you sought transformation, but because you had no choice. It forces you to rise, to piece yourself back together. In time, you realize that betrayal does not define you. What defines you is how you choose to rise and move forward. Every betrayal begins with a choice. For the betrayer, it might seem like a fleeting lapse or an escape from something they couldn't face. But that choice carries weight, and sooner or later, that weight falls upon them. Because betrayal isn't just an action, it's a decision, one that reveals the flaws of the person who commits it. While the betrayed feels the immediate pain, the betrayer often lives in denial. They convince themselves their actions were justified, that they aren't entirely at fault. But betrayal acts like a mirror. It reflects insecurities, flaws, and an inability to appreciate what they once had. What's worse, for the betrayer, it doesn't end with the act itself. That simple choice turns into a burden over time. They begin to see that their actions didn't just harm the other person. They harmed themselves. Each lie, each excuse becomes a chain, one they can't escape. They may try to distract themselves to avoid the consequences. But betrayal is a poisonous seed, silent at first until its roots choke everything around it. No matter how far they run, betrayal lingers, a shadow of their own making. And for the betrayed, there's a choice too. Not the act itself, but how to deal with it. It's about choosing not to carry the weight of another's betrayal. To free yourself from the pain, even when it tries to pull you under. In the end, it's not what was done to you that matters. It's what you do with it. Betrayal wounds in ways words can't capture. It's an invisible injury, deep and raw, scarring the soul. The pain isn't just about what was done. It's the breaking of trust, so painstaking to build and so quick to destroy. And what cuts even deeper is realizing the harm came from someone you trusted, someone you loved. You start to question everything. Every memory, every moment, every promise. Were they ever genuine? Did they ever truly care? These questions echo endlessly. Doubt and self-blame creep in. Maybe you did something wrong, you think. Maybe you deserved it. But this is a lie, a cruel story that pain tries to tell. The truth? Betrayal is never the fault of the one betrayed. It's a choice made by someone unwilling to confront their conflicts or fears honestly. They hurt you, not because of your actions, but because of their failings. And with betrayal often comes isolation, even in a crowd. It makes you feel utterly alone, as though no one could possibly understand. So, you withdraw, trying to protect what remains of yourself. But in time, you realize something profound. Despite the pain, you are still here. And that, in itself, is a quiet act of defiance. The pain of betrayal is undeniable. It's valid, and it shouldn't be minimized. But it isn't the end. It marks the beginning of a journey to rediscover your strength, to find clarity, and most importantly, to recognize that self-love is the most powerful remedy for any wound. For the betrayer, the story doesn't end with their act. Initially, they may feel they've escaped unscathed, but betrayal is a shadow they cannot escape. It follows them, growing heavier with time. At first, they distract themselves. New experiences, new beginnings, anything to avoid facing the truth. But truth is patient. It waits until they are alone with their thoughts. That's when regret begins to surface, subtle at first, then unrelenting. They begin to see how their actions harmed not just others, but themselves. Every lie becomes a brick in a wall they cannot tear down. And the most painful revelation? They failed to value what they had until it was too late. They're left with regret and emptiness, while the betrayed rises stronger. Because betrayal may occur in a moment, but its consequences last a lifetime. And while the betrayed embarks on a path of healing and growth, the betrayer remains trapped, haunted by what they've lost and who they've become. The one betrayed faces a critical choice: to remain trapped in the pain or to use the experience as a catalyst for growth. This choice is far from easy. The pain is overwhelming, consuming, and at first it feels as though escape is impossible. But eventually, a spark emerges, a small but powerful desire to move forward. This desire grows slowly, like a seed finding fertile ground amidst devastation. Initially, it feels fragile. You wonder if you'll ever trust again, or view the world without the weight of betrayal. But day by day, the unbearable pain begins to transform. You start to realize that betrayal does not define you. It's not a reflection of your worth, but a testament to the flaws of the one who chose to hurt you. And when this truth settles, something shifts within you. You stop carrying the weight of their actions and begin building something new, something no one can take from you. This journey of recovery is marked by small but meaningful victories. The first genuine smile, the first moment of peace in your own company, the strength to look back, not with bitterness, but with the certainty that you have grown stronger than the pain. As you rebuild, a beautiful realization dawns. Betrayal wasn't the end. It was the beginning. A new phase emerges, a phase where you no longer settle for less than you deserve, where you fully recognize your worth. Most importantly, it's a phase where love begins within you. While the betrayed finds resilience and flourishes, the betrayer embarks on a starkly different path. They remain trapped in a maze of regret and emptiness. What once seemed like freedom in the moment of betrayal now feels like a self-imposed prison. No matter how much they try to move on, the past lingers, haunting every step. Every new connection is measured against what they lost. Every moment of solitude echoes with the what-ifs of their choices. The most agonizing part is their awareness. Deep down, they know the truth. They know their actions didn't just hurt someone else. They destroyed something within themselves. Over time, regret becomes an unrelenting burden. They see the ripple effects of their betrayal. The emptiness they feel cannot be filled. And as they witness the betrayed flourishing, it becomes their ultimate punishment. They come to realize that what they lost wasn't just a relationship, but an opportunity to grow, to be better, to become someone worthy of trust and love.